Hey yo, welcome back to the channel. Today we'll be talking about the GTA 6 and other previous big gaming leaks in history. And I would like to discuss the question. Again, let me know in the comments, is the GTA 6 leak gaming's biggest leak ever, or do you have some other contenders in mind? And personally, I do have a list of other contenders and I will be discussing them further in this why did I say window? Video. So this past weekend, Rockstar was the victim of an unprecedented leak, and I say weekend, but past week. I think there was 90 videos of GTA 6 gameplay that were published online after a hacker illegally accessed and downloaded confidential information from Rockstar's systems. I think through Slack or infiltrating, the network and everything else. And the leak already sits among the most consequential in gaming history, I would say, for several reasons. Maybe because of the hype that the GTA 6 release was having, given how long Rockstar blueballed everyone with just prolonging GTA Online. And again, for some, the leak is fun. Unexpected peak at one of the most anticipated video games coming out. To Rockstar, to Take-Two, and their investors. However, the hack and subsequent leaks would of course be unexpected and would be potentially expensive roadblocks that threaten the development plans for their product, which we know could be worth billions. And I think the leak had immediate consequences for Take-Two as a publisher, as their stock dipped upwards of 6% following the leak. Though the lasting effects won't become clear, of course, for some time. And I think Rockstar said that development will continue as planned, yet only time will tell how the impact on the team morale or development practices will ultimately affect GTA 6, especially now that they're gonna have to lock in and avoid any other further leaks. And personally, my own take again, I don't condone leaks again, and personally I haven't even watched the leaks myself because I don't like to spoil anything for myself. I just enjoy seeing the games when they come out. Like, give me a trailer and then give me when the game launches, I'll be good. But yeah, of course, it's illegal what the hacker did. Some people would argue that Rockstar deserved it for their approach with GTA 5, GTA Online after everything that happened. But again, I wouldn't wish, it's a crime at the end of the day, so can't really wish that on anyone or say like any company deserves that, whether you like them or not, that kind of thing at the end of the day. But yeah, personally, I never looked at the leaks, so I don't know. I read about the leaks, so I know it's gonna be female protagonist. I think it's two male and female protagonists, set in Vice City. I think that's where the storyline is going back to, and that's about as far as I know about the game. But yeah, with regards to the leaks again, some people enjoy it, and at the end of the day they say it's a good thing because they get to get a sneak peek at the game. But ultimately for me, I'm just like looking at the angle of like the developers in the company, that kind of thing, especially the dev team themselves. Like, they would have been trying to keep things under wraps and avoid all these things, and then all their hard work just comes crashing down in like one moment. That kind of thing, could take a toll on some of the members of the development team, especially if it ends up being like a story leak. Because like we saw with The Last of Us Part 2, where the story ended up being leaked, and then you had a whole bunch of like outrage and anger towards Joel getting killed off, rather than like people finding out organically on their own when they play the game. But yeah, following the hack, as I said, I wanted to discuss some of the other big hacks. Like I just mentioned, The Last of Us Part 2 was one of them. Half-Life 2 was another big one in gaming history. And Half-Life 2, that one was a source code leak rather than just a story leak. And I think it happened in 2003, if I'm not mistaken. I could be getting the date wrong. But again, at that time, Half-Life 2 was one of the most anticipated upcoming games, and it had its source code completely stolen from Valve's internal network. And the hacker was, I think, a German man named Axel something, and then he purposely just shared out the source code, and it was all over online. And yeah, that was probably, I would say, with source code, that could be one of the biggest hacks to rival the GTA 6, purely because I'm not sure if source code was leaked with GTA 6. I know the hacker threatened to leak source code, but I think he had source code for GTA 5. I think that's where it ended. But yeah, moving on. Witcher 3, another recent example, Cyberpunk 2077, but Cyberpunk source code happened after the game had already launched, and I think that was a ransomware attack where the hacker accessed the company's internal servers and pulled source code from The Witcher and from Cyberpunk 2077. But yeah, so CD Projekt shared the ransom note on Twitter. I think the company was given 48 hours to pay out whatever the amount they wanted, and I think the company refused to negotiate with the hackers, and days later, source code was reportedly sold all over online. I'm not too sure if the source code ended up popping up elsewhere online, but yeah. Another recent example, Capcom's upcoming games, but this is more on the lighthearted one. In 2020, Capcom had a ransomware attack, and it just ended up leaking a lot of encrypted data on the servers, with like a whole bunch of release dates and everything. I think games and release dates that went through up until like 2025. And most of those games now are about to come out, like Street Fighter 6, Resident Evil 4 Remake, Dragon's Dogma 2, they've all now been confirmed, but they were all part of that. So again, this was more on the harmless side because they just leaked the actual, release dates and all that kind of thing, but they didn't leak, it wasn't source code, it wasn't plot lines, it wasn't that kind of thing. And then Nintendo was also the victim of a big hack. Frostbite engine got hacked, and I think that was through FIFA 21 source code. That's the last big one I'm trying to think of, yeah. So I think, from what I could get off the top of my head, I think Half-Life 2 would probably remain the biggest hack. Half-Life 2 source code. I think that takes the cake over GTA 6, even though GTA 6 is probably more hyped given, the internet environment now versus in like 2003. So yeah, let me know in the comments below. Do you think the hacker was right to leak GTA 6? I personally think it was still wrong, whether or not you like Rockstar. Did you watch the leaks? Are you excited for the gameplay? Are you annoyed? Because some people were apparently super mad at like how the leaks looked, but they were forgetting that was, I think, early builds, so like pre-alpha 2019 kind of builds or whatever, so can't really judge the footage, I guess, on release, even if it looks bad, because I think that also sparked a lot of publishers, developers tweeting out like early game footage that they had for some of their releases in air quotes support of Rockstar. But yeah, let me know if you watched the leaks. Are you excited for GTA 6? What do you think the big changes are going to be? Are we still going to have 3 characters like they did in GTA 5? Or are they going to do the double character select between the male and female protagonists? Are you excited for it to be set back in Vice City? All the above. Let me know. As always, have a dope ass week. Stay safe, stay dangerous, stay healthy. Peace out.